Today we will discuss about laws of exponents. You have already learned these laws in the previous class. Let us recall these laws. If a, b, m, n are natural numbers, then first law says a to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. For example, 5 raised to the power 3 into 5 raised to the power 2 is equal to 5 raised to the power 3 plus 2, that's equal to 5 raised to the power 5. Second law says a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. For example, 2 raised to the power 3 divided by 2 raised to the power 1 is equal to 2 raised to the power 3 minus 1, that's equal to 2 raised to the power 2. Now third law says a raised to the power m whole to the power n is equal to a to the power m into n, that's equal to a to the power mn. Example, 5 to the power 3 whole to the power 2 is equal to 5 to the power 3 into 2, that's equal to 5 to the power 6. Now fourth law says a to the power m into b to the power m is equal to a into b whole to the power m, that's equal to ab to the power m. Example, 5 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 3 is equal to 5 into 2 whole to the power 3, that's equal to 10 to the power 3. Now fifth law says a to the power m divided by b to the power m is equal to a upon b whole to the power m, that's equal to, for example, 5 to the power 3 upon 6 to the power 3 is equal to 5 upon 6 whole to the power 3. Now sixth law says a to the now sixth one is a raised to the power 0 equal to 1. For example, 100 to the power 0 is equal to 1, 5 raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Now seventh one, a to the power minus n can be written as 1 upon a to the power n, and again a upon b whole to the power n minus n is equal to b upon a whole to the power n. For example, a to the power minus 2 is equal to 1 upon a square, 2 upon 3 whole to the power minus 2 can be written as 3 upon 2 whole to the power 2. Now let us consider some examples. Root 16, third root 64. And we know root 16 can be written as root 4 square, that's equal to 4, or root 2 raised to the power 4, that's equal to 2 square. And you know this 4 can be written in the exponential form as 4 raised to the power 2 upon 2, and this 2 square can be written as 2 raised to the power 4 by 2. And again here this 4 can be written as 4 to the power 3 upon 3. Look at the denominators of the exponents. Here denominator is 2 and here also 2. That is, for the second root of numbers or the square root of any number, we need the denominator 2 and for third root we need 3 as denominator. Now this can be written as 4 to the power 2 into 1 upon 2, and this can be written as 2 to the power 4 into 1 upon 2. Then again this can be written as 4 to the power 3 into 1 upon 3. Now again this can be written as 4 to the power 1 upon 2, and this can be written as 2 to the power 4 whole to the power 1 upon 2, and this can be written as 4 cube whole to the power 1 upon 3. Now look at the result we get. 4 square, that means this 4 square remains as it is and the exponent is 1 upon 2. 2 raised to the power 4 remains as it is and its exponent is 1 upon 2. 4 cube remained as it is and its power is 1 upon 3. It means that the second root or the square root has to be written in exponent form as 1 upon 2, and third root has to be written in exponent form as 1 upon 3. So from these examples, we can generalize the formula as nth power of a is equal to a to the power 1 upon n. And for example, fifth power of 6 can be written as 6 to the power 1 upon 5. Fourth power of 7 can be written as 7 to the power 1 upon 4, etc. This is a very important relation used in the case of surds. Next topic is going to be perhaps a new topic for you, that we are going to discuss about surds. What are surds? Let us consider a number nth root of a, where n is index or order. This sign is called radical, and the number under root is called radicand. Or base. Now what is a surd? An irrational root of a positive rational number is called a surd. An irrational root of a positive rational number is called surd. For example, third root of 5. In this case, 3 is the order or index. 5 is a positive rational number and the value of this number is an irrational number. Then this number is called absurd. Now let us discuss about real numbers. And we know these real numbers are two categories. First, rational numbers and second, irrational numbers. And these irrational numbers are also two categories. First one is root 2, root 3, root 5, and second one is non-terminating, non-repeating decimals like 1.4563 and 1.01001000 like that. And you know this category is called surd. And you know all irrational numbers of this category are not surds. Because for example, root 4, we know root 4 is 2 and this 2 is a rational number. So all irrational numbers are not surds. Now, what is a surd? An irrational root of a rational number. Now, conditions for surds. First one, n, that is order, is a natural number greater than 1. Second condition, a is a positive rational number. Third condition, the value of nth root a is irrational. Then we can say this nth root a is a surd. Now let us consider another example. Now let us consider an example. Third of root 5. In this case, you see, first we find whether this number is a surd. The conditions, first condition here, n is equal to 3. Which is greater than 1. Second condition, root 5 is not a positive rational number. But we know nth root of a is equal to a to the power 1 upon n. So this number can be written as root 5 whole to the power 1 upon 3. And again we know this root 5, that is square root 5, can be written as 5 to the power 1 upon 2 whole to the power 1 upon 3. That is equal to 5 to the power 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 3. that is equal to 5 to the power 1 upon 6. And we know this 5 to the power 1 upon 6 can be written as sixth root of 5. Now this 5 is a rational number and the order is greater than 1 and the value of this is an irrational number. Therefore, third root of root 5 is a surd. Laws of radicals. If n, m are positive integers greater than 1 and a, b are positive real numbers, then first law says nth root of a whole to the power n is equal to a to the power 1 upon n whole to the power n, that's equal to a to the power n upon n, that's equal to 1. Second law, nth root a into nth root b is equal to a to the power 1 upon n into b to the power 1 upon n is equal to a into b whole to the power 1 upon n, that's equal to nth root of ab. Third law is nth root a upon nth root b is equal to a to the power 1 upon n upon b to the power 1 upon n is equal to a upon b whole to the power 1 upon n, that's equal to nth root a upon b. Fourth law is mth root nth root a is equal to nth root a whole to the power 1 upon m, that's equal to a to the power 1 upon n whole to the power 1 upon m, that's equal to a to the power 1 upon m by n, that's equal to m nth root a.